Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Zealonka and to the channel and to Farming Simulator 22. It is a very special day. It's a very special day because Farm Sim 22 has turned 2 years old today. Hard to believe this day, 2 years ago, 2021, Farm Sim 22 released to the world. Technically released yesterday evening at midnight CET, but for simplistic purposes, we're going to do it tonight on November 22nd. Ed, what's up? Farmer G, Will, Waylon, Jonah, we got Vector in here, or Victor, Schultz, Farm Alls Forever, Chad, Eric, 5th Gen Farms, and many more of you who are not the chatty type. Tonight we're going to talk about Farm Sim. I got a poll running. Will we see a new Farm Sim in 2024? Speculation. Run amok. I think we will. Let's see what everyone else thinks after the end of the stream. I was saying in the pre-show that I had hoped to have had this harvest done before the live stream, but well, no plan survives contact with Giants mod hub releases, and we had 2 maps get released today, so we were a little busy earlier this afternoon. Only had to work a half day, so I was home by 1 o'clock and promptly had lunch and started recording map videos. We've got one of those released already. Sunside, I think, is the name of that map. And the next one is going to release immediately following this live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern, basically in 2 hours time. That will catch me up on things released today as far as maps go. Will, what is up? Indeed, happy birthday to Farm Sim 22. 2 years ago today it released. And quite a shocking release it was. Because soon after, I believe soon after Farm Sim 22's release, maybe a week after Farm Sim 22's release or so, we had a major game get released. Major AAA title. Shoot 'em up shooter. That was complete garbage. And more people were playing Farm Sim concurrently on Steam than were playing this highly anticipated AAA shooter that turned out to be complete hot garbage. Made tons of news. Tons of publicity for Farm Sim. And you know what? I think some of those players are probably still playing it today because they realized, like I did, 2016 is when I realized this. 2016, I realized that life is too dang stressful. And why on earth am I playing stressful games? I'm playing games to relax. I'm playing games to chill out. Calm down from a hectic, busy day of stress and problems. And all I do is then play stressful and problematic gaming. It's like my body doesn't know anything other than how to stress itself. I found Farm Sim. And the body said, you know what? I like this. I like this mellowness. I like this not having stress. I'm releasing endorphins to make you feel better. And that way you always feel better when you play Farm Sim. I think that's what lots of folks experience. Well, Jacer, I'm in the ditch. Because, well, ditches are bitches, let's just say. And some crazy giant map developer put the ditch right there at the edge of the field. So yeah, come up with a tagline: "Farming's my chill, what's yours?" Right? Farm Sim 22 is my opportunity to just zone out, get in my little world, ride my little virtual tractor around, and just completely zone out of the day's problems, society's problems. I see my kid play shooters like Fortnite and other crazy games like that, and he gets frustrated, he gets angry, he gets worked up, he gets so emotional when things don't go his way, when he is confident people are cheating, when people just squat at spawn points just to pick you off and things. And it's like, dude, gaming is supposed to be enjoyable and relaxing, and you're doing neither of those things here. Neither of those things. Now, speaking of ways to meet people, there's this website called Farmers Only. No, it's not a dating site. It's not a dating site. Get your head out of the trash. FarmersOnly.club. It's an interesting multiplayer community where you can transfer equipment, transfer ownerships, transfer money from one server to the next. I really like the idea. I haven't had a chance to actually use it, but it's definitely worth checking out. FarmersOnly.club. You know what else is worth checking out? That join button down below the video, because then you'll have things like this. This video is brought to you by Tank Fooder and Viking Hammer 73. Thank you for being farm barons. So I found something the other day, and it goes right along with how I feel about Farm Sim. And I want to share that with you guys tonight, and basically see if anyone else has that kind of same general thought process with respect to Farm Sim. So like I said, my slogan has been basically farming's my chill, right? What's yours? So I found this the other day. I was looking at this website for something completely different, and I found this the other day because I thought, you know what, they got a whole section on gaming and stuff. So I thought, what the hey, let's plug in farming and see what you get. Well, one of them was this. Okay, and this goes completely in line with how I feel about Farm Sim. And into the field I go to lose my mind and find my soul. Right? That just works. It just works for me. Because we'll substitute. And into Farm Sim's fields I go. Right? To lose my mind, basically. Disconnect from the world. Turn the brain off from all of the world's problems and worries and stresses. And, find my soul. Find the inner peace. Have your Zen moment. Here on Zilanka, here on one of the 2 new maps that came out, whatever. 289 maps. As of tonight, we've got 289 maps in the map review playlist for Farm Sim 22. I haven't done a math to figure out how many maps that is per week for the last 2 years. But it's a lot. 289 divided by 104. Right? That would be how many maps per week we have published videos on for the last 2 consecutive years. Ooh, that's a lot. Speaking of a lot, the number of mods released in the last 2 years is a lot. Farm Sim 22 has had the most mods released on the Giants mod up over the initial 2-year time span as any Farm Sim title to date. In fact, for console players, if we got console players in chat, listen up, okay? There have been more mods for Farm Sim 22 released for console in the last 2 years than in the entirety of Farm Sim 19. So Farm Sim 19 came out in 2018. There are more mods for console for Farm Sim 22 in the last 2 years than for Farm Sim 19 since 2018. 5 years worth of mod releases for Farm Sim 19. Now, granted, we haven't had a lot of Farm Sim 19 mod releases since Farm Sim 22 released, but there's been a few. So you've had more mods released for the current platform, current game, than the last game. And the last game had a ton more mods releases than Farm Sim 17 for console. Maybe as far as tenfold between 17 and 19. We're good on fuel. Chad, we're good on fuel. Don't worry about it. I got an extra 12 gallons in a spare tank. Now, as far as PC, they are a little behind. A little bit because we had QA testing, Premium Edition. We had QA and Giants Alpha at Agritechnica. But I suspect they will quickly surpass in the next couple weeks the number of mods released for Farm Sim 19 with Farm Sim 22. They're only short by like 100 or some. And we had a fair number of mods released today. The big question is how many mods are going to get released between now and when Giants shuts down for the year. There's never enough mods. Farmall, you're only using 1,100 mods right now? No. You can't have all of them in use. You might have them all activated, but you can't have them all in use. That would be silly. And here to think on this game, this save, I probably have 10. Alright, we only have 5 more passes. So let me pull up my community post because I have the numbers there. No, hold on. I don't need to do that. I got the numbers over here in the Discord. Alright, so as of yesterday, we had 5,397 mods released on the Giants Mod Hub. Now that number is a little off because it does include prefabs. Prefabs really aren't mods for the game players. They are mods for modders. There are 4,242, 42, interesting, 4,442 mods released for crossplay for FS22. So I was wrong. They were 74 mods short of the number of mods released in FS19 for PC. So we should be a lot closer than that now with today's releases. Who knows, by the end of the week, they might be even Steven with Farm Sim 19. So, Jonah, are you saying that's your personal challenge? Your personal challenge is to activate all 5,000 and some odd mods on the Giants Mod Hub. Well, Tin Man Pickle, that is between Farm Sim and Microsoft and Sony. And probably more specific, Microsoft and Sony. From what I understand, they put limitations on how much memory and how much storage any one game is allowed to occupy of the total. And it is also done in order to, well, to benefit you. Because it's very possible, and plenty of PC players do this all the time, it's very possible to completely trash your gameplay by overloading your game, overloading your system with machines. To the point where it's just awful. You have an awful gameplay experience. And the last thing a console manufacturer, Sony and Microsoft, want you to do is to have a bad gaming experience. Because they are 100% confident you will blame their product for your bad gaming experience. You won't decide, oh wait, maybe it's just because I have too many mods activated. Maybe it's because I have too much stuff on my game save. No, typical players will go straight to the PS. The PS is awful, the Xbox is awful, and the last thing they want you to do is jump over to the other platform. Because they make zero money on the hardware. They make all the money on game sales. Right? So the less people playing their product means the less people buying their product. So they are very, very motivated to have the best possible gaming experience possible to basically keep players as long as possible. Well, so today there was a Tatra modular truck that got released on the Mod Hub, and that truck had obviously some screenshots, and it, oddly enough, the person who took one of the screenshots had stats up in the corner of the screen, like I've got up here right now. And they were getting 20 frames a second when they took that screenshot. 20 FPS. I was a little surprised at that. I knew that there's a fair number of folks that play that are way under 30 FPS on their game at any one time. Artemis, what's up? What is up? But I do advocate running as few mods as possible because it will improve your gameplay experience. I've heard posts, I've seen people post messages, why does it take 5 minutes for Farm Sim to start up? Well, maybe it's those 1,000 mods you're iterating through when you load the game. Oh, man. I think I'm just going to leave these carrots in the ground. Not worth. Not worth the effort. $25. Yeah, I don't have nearly that many. Yeah, I thought I was leasing that. How many hours? I have 9 hours on this thing. Jeez. So we're going to turn this thing in. We're going to buy one next year when we have to harvest. We should have the money. Because I think we're going to make tons of money being soup farmers, basically. So I want to thank you for letting me use this for 9 hours. I'll just return that, and maybe we'll repair our tractor while we're at it. There's our Discaro. Uh-oh. You can see where I'm going. Well, how do you keep track of versions? Like if a mod gets a new version. Are you overwriting it? Yeah, 10-minute pickle, I can't tell you when the last time I've had a mod conflict. Again, minimal mods. Minimal mods. There we go. All right, let's get... Oh my gosh. Let's get this thing back. Let's get our straw done. Oh, don't you even start there. Gigs of maps. Maps are big. Apparently, Giants has a limitation. Maps cannot be larger than 1 gig uploaded to the mod hub. Maybe that's a console limitation. I don't know. All right, we're going to hire a helper here while we go and bail up. Yeah, not that, no, it's, yeah, map's gonna be more than a gig. It's just in order for it to be on the mod hub, it can't be more than a gig. I learned that from Mr. Hector. He was talking about making more changes to Carpathian Countryside. But he said, you know, he can only add so much more before he's over the 1 gig file size. He was a little salty on that because Giants' own maps are larger than a gig. So, you know, it's like, okay, let's make the rules but not follow them ourselves. Yep, he's over there working. Okay. Rules are made to be kept. They're made to be kept. Hey, look, I'm in my farm hall. I told you I'd get back in my farm hall soon. We got weeds all over the place. Yeah, we got weeds, all right. We didn't do any sort of weed management this year. We just jumped straight in and started harvesting. So we'll have to take care of our weeds next year. That's what we'll have to do. You know, I try to play with minimal loans, right? I try to take out as little loan as possible, or no loan at all. Here on this save, I did have to take out a loan because I was out of money. So we have, oh look, we have a $20,000 loan. We can repay that back. Now we are debt free. $12,000. I wonder how long that'll last. Should last pretty good because now we're making soup. Now we're making money. Oh well, it's got a sticker. It's got a sticker. See, it says farm all on a sticker. That should count for something. Kind of curious how many total bales we can put on that flatbed trailer. We've got a fair number of them on there already. But it would be nice, you know, see this difference between this weeds or whatever and the grass. The weeds need to change color too. You know what? I would love to see Gleaner. Where's Gleaner at? I'd love to see Gleaner make its way into the game. Gleaner is celebrating its 100 years as well. All right. Rough Riders, welcome to the chat. Let's try not to be overly hyper in chat this time. Well, we don't know what licensing they have, see? We don't know if they have a flat-out blanket license for all of AGCO. We just know they have licensing for certain AGCO brands that we have now. Hopefully the Chicago office is working to bring some of these domestic brands into the game. Phil, why will that not happen? I mean, we've seen Mikhail mods, right? Well, why do you feel pretty confident that won't happen for the game? Rider probably bust bales all the time. Twine would snap. We made 190 bales so far. I don't know, Farmalls, I don't know. It's hard to say when that 100 years started to come about. Oh, okay. Well, I guess, you know, if the brand doesn't see any benefit in it, then I guess it won't happen. It's kind of disappointing. I think it's a little narrow-sighted of them. I mean, what's the downside to them? They may say, well, I don't know, what's the plus side, right? They don't see any direct benefit. Once I get all these bales collected, I think we'll probably sell the bales. I don't have any real desire to do manure for the pigs. Then we'll fast forward some time. Weeds are thick. Man, oh man. Well, I guess that's what happens when you don't have precision farming installed. Right? You just get blanket weeds. It's been so long since I haven't used precision farming. Brian Harwood, thank you for the sub. If you're in chat, say hey. So let me give you a big old round of applause and say thank you. Let's see here. Where are we at with our poll? Where are we at with our poll here? Just 40 votes. Come on, folks. Let's get our voting going on. 57% of you think yes, we will see a new farm sim in 2024. I'm not using precision farming because I don't get the FERT bonus with respect to the ridging. Right? With precision farming enabled, your fertilization is obviously by nitrogen, and there's no nitrogen added to the field when you ridge. But with precision farming disabled and you plant after you ridge, you do get a fertilization bonus, so that's why I turned it off. Technically will. It just means you have to fertilize once if you do auto. How I've never actually measured it to see if you actually do or do not use more fertilizer, but with auto and precision farming you have variable spray rates. So depending on the soil type, you dump different amounts of fertilizer on the ground depending on the soil and the crop. And of course, without precision farming, you just need to fertilize twice. Alright, let's do this. We went to... Control Shift R. Mike, I think Enhanced Animal Mod is an interesting mod that, well, as Jacer said, can be the bane of your existence or can be the boon of your existence, depending on how you look at it. Where is this Bale at? Oh, there it is. So I like the idea of having multiple animal births. We had that with seasons in FS 17 and 19. So it's nice to see that. I'm not a giant fan of the amount of food that Enhanced Animal changes. I think it really changes the dynamic of pigs specifically to the point where it's quite possibly not financially viable to grow pigs because of how much food they eat and how much they reproduce. And the fact that I think Enhanced Animal also reduces the sell price of pigs, just make them less valuable at the same time. Now, when I did my map video on Carpathian Countryside and talked about adding Enhanced Animal to the map, which really just added the Enhanced Animals to the Meat Factory add-on option, Mr. Hector also had put together a tweak to Enhanced Animals to lower the food consumption back down closer to base game levels, so you get the benefit of multiple births, you get the benefit of the extra animals, but you don't have the negative of the price, because he also adjusted the price back and adjusted the food requirements to be more in line with how they are base game. So I thought that was a interesting marriage of the two. We're picking up all our little dots. Oh no, I think we found our limit. We found our limit. 140,000 liters of straw. Let's take it out of the biomass heating plant. We get a little bit of money. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's just how they're incorporating it. But you definitely get a fertile bonus for planting in rich soil, not only for the new crops but also for potatoes. So if you run your potato planter over rich soil, you get that bonus also. You would vote maybe? Well, it's either a yes or no. I mean, if it's just yes or no. Maybe is non-committal. This channel, you gotta commit. The potato planter does ridge, yes. But if you plant in already ridged soil, you get fertilization. Rabbit Rob, what is up? I know, I like this stack, but I wish it would stack it where it would alternate layers, rotation. That would just look better. But I don't think these bales are not symmetrical. They're not twice as long as they are wide. Here we go, how much money we want to make. Watch these bales just fly off the shelf. Are you flipping kidding me? We don't have, see how they wibble wobble? Are you saying you don't have a bale trigger here? Because that's annoying. Oh, they do. Okay, well. Then we want to unload to the left. Oh, there they all go. Oh, look at that. We made $21,000 in straw. I mean, I wish I could get it. Oh, it's just $28. That's nice. Nice. All right, while we're down here. Let's go check out our soup factory and see if we have any soup to pick up. Whoops. Oops. Rabbit Rob, Thanksgiving Eve. Hope everyone has a safe and sober Thanksgiving. I shouldn't have to add the last part, but you know, sometimes having to visit with family, you can cause the guy to drink. Any rate, be cautious. Tomorrow is a heavy travel day of the year. Careful out on the roads. There's plenty of folks out there that are not going to be careful, that's for sure. And we have 2 pallets. 2 whopping pallets of soup. If you are going to be frying a turkey this year like I will be, be careful. Be careful. Plenty of folks have had pretty bad disasters. You know, with 5 gallons of hot oil, bad things can happen. Triple soup. Farmer's market. Potato soup. Farmer's market. Let's just run right across over here to the farmer's market. Nice, $15,000. Smoke 82, welcome. Welcome. Oh, that just sounds good. That just sounds good. Doubled, and I had tripled my money. I had $11,000. Now I got 47. Let's see, I think I'm on easy economy. I am. I will change it over to hard. Done! Thank you so much, sir, for the sub. If you're in chat, say hey. If you're not, well, then I guess you just missed out on it. If anybody have a chance to check out the 2 maps that dropped today, we had 2 maps, 2 European maps. One is just stunning. That map video is going to drop it about an hour and 5 minutes from now as we are wrapping up the live stream. It is absolutely stunning. Everybody should download it just to drive around and look at it. I think the map author did a fabulous job with the terrain on that map because it's very hilly. It's basically a mountainous map, but the fields are gentle sloped, right? So a lot of the terrain changes and the terrain height is outside of the not the mod hub, outside of the fields. So the bulk of the height differences come in around the edge of the fields and such. Really does give the map a very nice look to it. That is not the sun. No, that is not the sunset one. The Sunside one is relatively flat with some light rolling hills. I mean, this map has a lot of elevation change, but it's just the way that he's done it. The fields have, you know, very modest hills to them. When you see the map video, I think you'll understand. Fitchin Farms, that is exactly the map I'm talking about. Right, I forget the name at the moment. I want to tip side right now. Brumbach, yes, that is the one I'm talking about. You load in overlooking several fields on top of a cliffside, if you will. There are 3 farms. I really like the small village farm myself. There are 3 farms that are pre-placed. Oh man, you know what I miss? I miss the unload, the auto load from days going by, where you had like a mask that you can move around, raise and lower, and that's where it would unload to. It made stacking things on top of other things like ridiculously easy. So yeah, Krumbach is the one I'm thinking about. That video is going to release here in about an hour. Just trying to get these carrots off this field. My plan is to fast forward to December here soon. And then when we do that, we'll take a load of carrots down to the soup factory. And we'll take the soup out of the soup factory and deliver it. And then every month we'll just take a load of carrots down and collect soup. No huge rush. Yeah, I like the little village farm. If I were to play that map, I'd be playing the little village farm. Never had smoked turkey. Bet you that's good. We fry our turkey every year. We had a fried turkey several years ago, and the wife was stunned. She's like, any other way of cooking turkey is done. Cooking turkey in the oven is dead. Let it be known it shall never happen again. Jeffrey, it is Universal Autoload is the name of the mod. The trailer I'm using is the base game trailer. This is a base game trailer. You see there's no mod name under here, because Universal Autoload adds autoload functionality to all of the base game flatbeds, as well as base game vehicles, as well as log autoloading, DLC vehicles, Universal Autoload, available over in the Giants Mod Hub. That is for PC only. If you are on console, I'm sorry. You are kind of left using, I guess, auto fill mods is what I'm calling it. Indeed, Will. Indeed. You do absolutely nothing because it's all built in. In fact, there's also a companion mod called Universal Autoload Add-on. And Universal Autoload Add-on adds functionality to several modded flatbed trailers without you having to do anything. There are, of course, directions on how to add Universal Autoload to your own trailers or your own mods. But what's the fun in that? I posted in gameplay, in the Discord, I posted in gameplay that a link to the Universal Auto Mods mod author's GitHub. He updated this last week to support the platinum stuff or the premium stuff. Now, it already worked with premium, so I don't really know what he added, but maybe it loads these crates differently. I have forgotten to add that in. I forgot to go and download the latest version to see how it works. The Universal Autoload is the only autoload I use. It will autoload bales, pallets, crates. You can even do it when you're not loaded, when you're not on the trailer. You can set it to auto load, and then you can basically bring your pallet to the trailer, and then it'll just, you know, load it from forks. So it's a little more closer to real life. You just don't have to worry about stacking crates or stacking pallets. Mark, welcome, sir. How's it going? Alright, we got that field done. So we can clear that off. Oh, I like the crates. And, I mean, technically you can make money doing the crates. Because you buy a crate for $130. And when you deliver these crates, they give you a $230 back. So for every crate you take, you earn $100. Oh, Mark, let me guess, you used the carrot harvester? I mean, I put 9 hours on my harvester when I harvested these fields the first time. Well, I may or may not have a HUD answer. Somebody might have an answer. You want to see part of the F1 menu, not the entirety of the F1 menu? I don't know. I'm not really sure I fully understand what you're asking. a way to make it always show. I'm pretty sure there's a way to make the variable width thing show when F1 is closed. I can't at the moment because I don't have sprayer. I just thought I remembered seeing a way. Yeah, Sean likes to play with the HUD going too. And I set my HUD to 70%. Makes everything a little bit smaller, a little bit more out of your way. Well, lots of folks don't read their comments. Let me see here. I'll need a sprayer at some point anyway. At the main game. The main menu. I think it's under your graphic options. Alright, let's go down to the shop and see if we can figure this out. Yeah, I mean, we have nice brown grass, green weeds along the road, and you know, cattails here at the water side, foxtails, whatever you want to call them. You and your fancy words. William, I was using the base game in DPW 1800 trailer with universal auto load. The best auto load known to man. Okay, so right, we got that. Okay, so off on. Okay, no. I thought there was a way to show that all the time. Oh, let's go here to spur application change. Deactivate right, partial, activate. I gotta put those key bindings back in. Yeah. Yeah, we still have some over in the other field we didn't pick up. Informational dialogue. Oh, that's this. So, like when you buy something, like you get a confirmation, like, are you sure you want to buy it? Or something. I turn that off. Yeah, let's go get these bales off the field. Well, thank you. I used all the platinum or the premium buildings. The only thing that I used non-premium were these seed tanks. And then the farmhouse was already here. Now, I mentioned earlier that, you know, this is universal auto load. And a lot of the auto loading mods that are out there for console, I really call autofill, because I don't see them actually loading. More as such filling, a fill type. Whoops. Well, yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. Right? If we could drive the new harvester. But, sadly, it's, we're gonna Shift R. There. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. But sadly, you know, there's no storage. So you gotta run it like it's a forage harvester. And, well, that can be a little problematic in single player. Now on PC, we can use things like Follow Me, we can use Auto Drive, or even Courseplay to run the vehicle right alongside the harvester. But that's not always an option for consoles. Mark, you like this one. We're doing carrots, we're doing parsnips, we're doing red beets, and we're doing potatoes. We're a soup farmer. That's all we do. We're growing crops in order to make soup. We also have chickens, because, you know, every farm needs chickens. And we love bacon. So we have to have our bacon makers so we can have good access to bacon. Bacon and ham whenever we want. Yep. Where is that guy at? Here he is. Alright, let's take care of these two bits, and then we will fast forward to December. We'll run down and see how much soup we got made over the last month. And we'll keep working on our field prep for next year. I figured this was my time to do potatoes. And then I'd be like, okay, I've done that. We're moving on. Jeremy, good evening. Good morning, David. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning. Oh, we have snow. Winter is here. Winter has come. Let's put on something a little bit warmer. Oh, we get frost. We have frosted weeds. I don't know if we have frosted grass or it's just looking that way. Where's our flatbed at? Where did I put it at? Oh, it's around the front. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I think Farmer G was saying he had pretty good snow over his winter here on the map. All right, we gotta cut off the votes. We gotta cut off the votes. End poll. "55% of you say yes, we'll see a new farm sim in 2024. Whoa, we got leaves on the ground, on the road, just like platinum. Well, we didn't give up all our leaves. I don't think I've ever had a parsnip. I remember from the blog post, Giants was talking about making, they were talking about making, mashed parsnips. Well, I mean, Mark, we've moved on. Maybe we've moved on from a 2-year cycle to maybe a 3-year cycle, but we don't know. We don't know if there is definitely a new FS coming next year or not. Ed, that is the ultimate question, I think. I've kind of said that if we do get an announcement about a year 3 season pass, then a new farm sim is likely not in the prospects, unless the year 3 season pass is kind of light in content. So the year 1 season pass had four DLCs included in it. The year 2 season pass had five DLCs included in it. If a year 3 season pass is announced, and it has at least 4 things in it, then I think we're probably not going to see a new farm sim. If a new season pass releases and it only has, let's say, 2 things in it, then I think it is indeed a good likely possibility that we'll see a new farm sim, because they could release season pass content early in the year and then still have the second half of the year for the FS 25 possibly stuff. All right, let's go sell some soup. Where's the best place to take our soup today? Erlengrot is still the best place to take our soup. Now, there was a suggestion. And maybe we will try this suggestion. Was to just drive along the tracks and see if we could sell it that way. Oh my gosh, we've had an accident. And then we just run into the car. Did I turn that off? I did. Or we could just, you know, do that. Smoke 82, I think we would see most of the stuff come forward. I think it's about time physical media was abandoned. I don't know how many physical discs were sold for FS22 outside of, let's say, the collector's edition. And this time they added the digital download code to the collector's edition because of the fact that so few computers these days have optical drives. So I think the day of the physical disc is gone. And I say that because when you get rid of the physical disc, you get rid of the size limitation of the game needing to fit on physical disc. As such, without a size limit, then you can include more base game equipment. You can include more base maps with your initial game, right? So when you have to have the game to fit on a single DVD, compressed, 4.7 gigs, compressed. If it's going to be on 2 DVDs, so it's under 9 gigs, compressed. But not 9. 4.7 times 2 is 8. It's basically 10 or so. Whatever. Math. We're not going to do math right now. Right? Well, if you eliminate physical media, you eliminate that need to have a game that fits within that media size, and therefore you can distribute a game that's physically larger. Mark, I don't have a console. Unless you're talking about someone in chat. I don't. I can't hold a controller without my hands going numb for more than 5 minutes. I don't think it's a slot limit. I think it's just physical memory. RAM. I think it's RAM on the Xbox One and PS4. The Xbox One and PS4 have, I think, like 8 gigs of shared system memory. And the platforms don't let the games have access to all of that system memory. So I think it's a RAM thing. There's been speculation that if FarmSim no longer supported the old gen platforms, then maybe it would work. Maybe 4X maps would work. Because the new gen consoles have 16 gigs of shared memory. See what happens. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Giants will drop the old platforms with whatever comes next. So that worked. Well, I think at this point, so unlike in 2021, access to a PS5 and an Xbox Series X or S is a lot more prevalent. In 2021, they were basically non-existent. You couldn't find them in stores. They had huge back order delays, just like lots of technology things in 2021. We had huge COVID delays. That's pretty much gone by the wayside. At this point, you know, the only thing keeping you back from a next-gen console or now a current-gen console would be financials. right? Not to, discount the cost of a PS5 or an Xbox X, but unlike 2021, where there were lots of people that wanted them, they just weren't to be found. Now they're very prevalent, and there's plenty of other games that are releasing this year that have abandoned PS4 and Xbox One. So I think the next platforms, the next game will be current gen platforms only. And that'll go a long way in further improving the game. Possibly bringing things like 4X to consoles. We learned with the Activision Blizzard merger with Microsoft, with all of that court litigation, that the current consoles are going to be here until 2026 at the earliest. So think about where we are now with consoles and where we would be possibly in 2026 as far as just computer gameplay. Oh, watch out for that tree, George. Walter, I don't think they do. We've had rain, and I don't recall seeing rainwater. I don't know. Maybe it was 2028. I thought I heard 2026. 2028. Oh, that's a long time. Resnack, 31 months. 31 months, man. That is a long time. So yeah, I mean, right now the console is about a mid-range gaming system with respect to graphical performance. At 2026, it's going to be a low-end gaming PC. 2028, it's going to be a real low-end gaming computer. I guess we'll call Raz our best farming friend. I mean, if things work out, he's going to be my on-screen personality at the National Farm Machine Show in Louisville, Kentucky in February 2024. GoldenEye with a 31 a month membership. Not 41, 31. I mean, like the pallet limit. Pallet limit really is impactful for consoles. Somebody really should get rid of this auger. Put it away. There we go. How many more crates do we need to haul off? Another 2 loads or something? So if I can make $28,000 a month on hard selling soup, that's not bad income. It's over $300,000 a year. If I can keep the factory running. That's the only question, is how much product do I need to have to keep this factory running on soup? So I explained earlier in the stream why I farm sim. Farming's my chill, right? It's where you just get away, you just zone out, you don't think about it, you don't think about life, you don't think about the struggles, the stresses. Why do you farm sim? What's been your motivation to not only get into the franchise, let's just stick with it? Oh, turn that off. Now, why do we think Farm Sim doesn't have any competitors? What's up with that? All the other farming games out there really are more logistics minded, where you manage a farm that the game does the actual farming. I think we have a lot of root crops. There we go. Mark with a 20-month membership. So I thank you for becoming a farm baron with a Piggly Wiggly. It's because they're closer to you. I mean, they're the same boxes. So I was talking about Universal Autoload. I mentioned in gameplay. No, where did I put it? Mod chat, maybe? I did. I put it in mod chat. Loki, who is the author of Universal Autoload, has an update over on his GitHub that will take you over to that. He has basically added Universal Autoload to the Platinum expansion pickup truck and to this trailer, because we can add this as a flatbed. So Universal Autoload has been added to those two items in the expansion. And he lists in the changelog adding support for the production pallets and the crates. So even though we can pick the crates and the pallets up now, without this update, I'm wondering if maybe the update allows the pallets to load in a different fashion. I forgot to add it before the live stream. But anyone that's using Universal Autoload should probably go grab that update. I'm sure it's been sent to Giants. It's just, will it make its way to the Mod Hub before Giants shuts down for the year? Oh, that's the big threat now, right? Schultz, that's what you gotta be worried about. Will you get your new mod released before Giants goes on their extended holiday? Let's hope so. I don't know, David. I don't know. I would guess a couple weeks. My last working day of the year is December 22nd. Because Christmas is on a Monday this year, I think. Let me look. Indeed, Christmas is on a Monday. So their last working day may be sometime that week. Of the 22nd. And I think right now things are pending testing. They're backlogged 11 days or more. Mark is already done for the year. He's got a weird job. He drives a pirate ship. He drives a pirate ship and hunts for booty. He's a modern day Captain Hook. All right, David, catch you later. We're going to be going away here in a few minutes as well. Because, well, it's about 2 hours up. And I've got a map release dropping at the top of the hour. Giants released 2 maps today over on the Giants Mod Hub. I've already released 1 map video. The other one's going to be releasing at the top of the hour. Be sure to check it out. Hit that like button and go ahead and share the video out with any fellow Farm Sim players that you know. Because this map is definitely worth checking out. Visually the map is just stunning. I really like how they have done the terrain. They've taken a hilly map, but also made it such that the fields aren't all that hilly. All the terrain changes are outside of the fields. Gives it a really nice feel to it. Lots of cutbacks on the roads. But still fairly easy to navigate. Narrow roads. Narrow roads. It's definitely going to be a map for small to medium machinery. Three farms. Support for the premium crops. I think Giants did a really good thing with these crops. If I go to the right screen. I think Giants did a really good thing with these crops because the production are sold at multiple sell points, right? It's not like these productions or even these productions that are often sold at a singular sell point. It seems like anything that will accept your grains also are accepting your new root crops and to some degree your new productions. And we're seeing that transpire also on mod maps. So unlike we've seen the entire year since Platinum dropped, very, very few mod maps support Platinum expansion out of the gate. I'm going to say pretty much every mod map is going to support premium expansion crops and productions out of the gate. Unless it just drastically is messed up in the crops that it's supporting. So I think they did a really good job in basically maybe how they're coding that. All right, catch you later, Mark. We are going to we're going to be continuing our field work and our march through winter. Probably by the time we come back here, it will be springtime, and maybe we'll be in a position to start ridging and planting for next year. I don't think we're not gonna be live streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Thanksgiving night. I think we're gonna take the night off. Got Thanksgiving plans away from the house, so I just don't know when we're gonna be back home anyway. So keep an eye on the channel for Friday. Possibly Friday night will be Forza Friday. We also have Thanksgiving plans for Saturday. So Forza Friday will probably happen. I don't know if we're going to have an opportunity to do any live streaming on Saturday. And then Sunday, we'll hopefully be back for our American Truck Sim Sunday night convoy night. It'll be our last convoy before Kansas drops next Thursday, November 30th. I mentioned at the top of the stream that right now Steam Autumn Sale has ATS and ETS 2 on sale, as well as most of the DLC. Walter, I don't have to. And no, I won't. Because it's all about base game, and we're not going to go back and review 289 other maps that we've already covered in the last 2 years. If we changed our metric now, we would have to go back and rescore every other map, or our metric would be invalid for the older maps versus the newer maps. So, like I said, I think you're going to find that every map that accepts or sells grain is going to also sell your root crops because of how Giants has set things up. We did not deduct off score for maps that did not support platinum. We will not deduct off maps that do not support in some way premium, because both of those are additional content, and the score is all based on base game gameplay functionality. Right? It'd be like saying, oh, no, we're going to take off because there's no forestry. While forestry is a form of agriculture, agriculture isn't exclusively forestry. With that, guys, we're going to go ahead and say good night. Go check the map that just dropped, the video that just got released in the channel. The quicker you view it, the more people that view it soon after it drops, the better YouTube is going to recommend that video to others, which does help the channel out significantly. So please go ahead and go over there and start checking out that video. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and you know what? Share it out there to all your friends over on the various social networks. Keep an eye on the channel for things to be scheduled. The next few days are going to be rather kind of up in the air because of Thanksgiving holiday, and everyone's schedule is just being a little bit off from how they normally are. Until next time, happy farming.